So this was a battle I had with some slightly different stuff than what I usually use, and it was a battle against my friend Kevin. We battled quite a lot, so I want to try to mix it up a little bit against him, using some different stuff. He has been kicking my ass countless times with his Mega Pinsir, which on my part explains why I have the Ferrothorn in there to take some hits, get some Rocky Helmet and Iron Barbs damage on it. Other than that, I really wanted to try out the Malamar with Superpower and the contrary, which is a pretty nice combination. And yeah, it's pretty much a team that I just sort of threw together, but hoping it could work. And let's see how it went. So I was thinking to lead off with my Talonflame. That sadly did not really work out, because as you can see here, he's gonna lead off with his Rotom Wash. I don't know, he seems to predict me pretty well no matter what I do. And here I'm gonna switch into my pretty much counter to Rotom Wash, which is my Venusaur. Although it's not Mega Evolved yet, it can still pretty much take anything. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp, which of course was the best move he could go for against Venusaur. And I'm just gonna Mega Evolve here, and I believe I try to put him to sleep at this point, but he is gonna go for the Protect, which of course negates that. Guessing he's probably just scouting and stalling some burn damage. He really likes to protect when there is residual damage going on. So I'm going to predict him to either switch or Volt Switch out of here, and I'm going to go into my Chandelure, which is going to take quite a hefty chunk from the Volt Switch, which kind of sucks. Now, when he has switch advantage with the Volt Switch, he's going to go into his Greninja. The only reason he did that was apparently to bait my Energy Ball, which he does really well, going into his Mandibuzz. And as you see, he is predicting the living crap out of me right now, and I barely can do anything. I mean, I'm Choice Scarf, so I have to switch out here. Gonna go into my Ferrothorn to take whatever this thing wants to do. He's gonna withdraw as well, and go into his own Ferrothorn on this. Also, pretty decent play on him. We're gonna trade off Stealth Rocks here, and that also kind of sucks for my Chandelure. He has a possibility to get the rocks away. I don't. So they're pretty much in to stay. Now I'm gonna go for the Thunder Wave on this one, just because I didn't see any reason to not do it really. And I'm gonna get the Infernape on the switch in, which is very nice to get him paralyzed. And of course I'm gonna switch out now, predicting the fire move, go into Talonflame, but as you can see here, he somehow predicts that, and my Talonflame is just way gone. So this battle is pretty much going towards shit for me right off the bat. Now I'm gonna go into Malamar here, knowing I can probably take quite a few hits, and I can get a superpower off before him, since he is paralyzed, and start boosting both my attack and defense. He's gonna go for the close combat. It's gonna do a little bit above half. I actually had the wrong item. I was supposed to have leftovers on this thing. Instead, I left Citrus Berry on, which works out okay in this situation, I guess. I think maybe in the long run, the leftovers would be better the way the match is going to be played out here. He's going to go into his Mandibuzz. I'm just going to keep going for Superpower to boost both my attack and defense. The only problem is that Foul Play, since it uses my attack stat, it also get the boosted attack on the defense. So it's basically they're negating each other, the boosted attack and boosted defense, which kind of sucks for me. He's gonna go for the Roost, loses Flying type, which means this next superpower is gonna be super effective against this Dark type. And now he's pretty much just gonna start going to work with foul plays on me. As you see, since the stat boosts kind of negate each other, it's gonna do quite a hefty chunk. Although I'm like +3 or 4 defense, so I'm gonna take him down to pretty low amount of health. I'm just gonna stay in here. I was somehow hoping I could live. Of course, there was no chance at all. I wasn't even close being able to take another foul play. But at least his Mandibuzz is at a very low amount of health, and if I can chase it out with my Chandelure now, he is gonna die on the next switch into the Stealth Rocks, which he did not get away with his Defog. He's gonna predict my Fire move going into Infernape as Death Fodder, but I miss the Fire Blast, which kind of sucks because now the Infernape will survive, and he's gonna go into his Rotom now, knowing that I'm locked into Fire Blast, and yeah, that is not gonna do very much at all. Still, quite a hefty chunk of damage, considering it's a Rotom, but still not as much as I would like to do. So I'm gonna have to switch out Chandelure here, and it really tears on my Chandelure with the Stealth Rock damage, as I can pretty much only send it in once more, and I will just have to hope I can make good use of that. So he's gonna Volt Switch out, get the switch advantage on my Venusaur as always. Now he's gonna go into his Pinsir, and I said this Pinsir has caused a lot of troubles for me. So I'm gonna have to kind of play around this thing a little bit. He's gonna Mega Evolve right away, no reason not to for him, and he's just gonna straight out take me out with this boosted Aerialate Flying type return, and yeah, Venusaur doesn't stand a chance against something like that. So I'm gonna go into my Chandelure here. This is pretty much only to bait the Quick Attack. I know it will die on next switch in, but I felt the need to kind of do it that way. Now he has to go for the Quick Attack to be safe, as I'm gonna bring out my Ferrothorn, which is pretty good because Quick Attack doesn't really do much to the Ferrothorn, and he gets a pretty hefty chunk of damage onto him with the Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet. Now I'm thinking I'm just gonna go for the Gyro Ball, and he tries to set up the Sword Stance, which of course would really fuck me up if he did, but he's gonna get taken out by the Gyro Ball, and that is one down. So here I get sort of a brain freeze. I'm just seeing the Paralyze and I'm thinking, okay, he's paralyzed, I'm gonna outspeed, but of course I won't, because I'm a slow ass Ferrothorn. There is no way I would be able to outspeed. The best play would have been to sacrifice my Chandelure on this play, but I mean, he goes down to his own Life Orb damage, which I guess it's okay. So now I'm down to Aegislash and basically a dead Chandelure. I have to try with Aegislash here to pull through some sort of wicked comeback thing. I don't know, it's gonna be tough. He's gonna set up Leech Seed, which of course is gonna really wear on me, and it's gonna be tough to pull together something. I pretty much just have to set up what I can of Sword Stances and go for the Shadow Sneaking to try to take this out. So he's gonna switch into his Mandibuzz here, probably thinking he could live the Stealth Rocks, but he goes down, which basically is gonna give me a free Sword Stance, and at this point I thought maybe I could have momentum switch in my favor. So he brings in his Rotom. I'm thinking Will-O-Wisp, but I should have known Kevin better that he would go for the Protect to get some Leech Seed damage back, which he does, and I should have gone for another Sword Stance, but of course that doesn't really work out for me. It was a pretty nice prediction, I guess, on his part, or just the way he likes to play. So now he is at quite a decent amount of health. I'm just gonna have to try and hope that I can take him out with a Shadow Sneak, which I don't, and he's gonna get the Will-O-Wisp off, and it's basically gonna be game, since there is not really much I can do now with my halved attack. Residual damage is really wearing on me, and it's sort of too late to switch out into Chandelure to get rid of the Leech Seed as well. Of course, he now is gonna protect. This time I'm gonna go for the last Sword Stance to get to +6, but yeah, it's pretty much too late. He has this in full control. There's no way I can take out his remaining 4 and still have still be able to live out the residual damage. And I mean, now he's just gonna switch out into his Ferrothorn. Of course, with the Iron Barbs, it's gonna take me down even faster, and that is pretty much gonna be the game, as my Aegislash will go down this turn. Chandelure is gonna die on the next switch in due to the Stealth Rocks, and so that is game. So it's a pretty well played game by Kevin on this part, not as well played on my part, I feel, but still was a pretty fun game, and there will probably be more battles against Kevin in the future. We battle quite a lot, and so that's definitely going to be something to look out for. Now, I'd just like to give some credit to Pirate Bird XBA. The background music during this entire battle is from his channel. It's one guy, does amazing music, both original works and covers of different video games. You should definitely go check out his music. He was kind enough to lend me music for some videos, so definitely check that guy out. He's awesome. Bye.